And now we are going to talk about reinstatement because I'm getting a lot of questions on reinstatement, and I'm going to analyze when is it a good idea to file for reinstatement, when is it not to file for reinstatement. First of all, let me give you the rules on reinstatement. We wrote this article actually in 2011 when there was this famous Tri-Valley University situation, and we have kind of, it has not really changed the rules of reinstatement. We have seen many cases where people ask us to file it, and sometimes we don't recommend it. So first of all, in order for you to get a reinstatement, which is under the regulation of 8 CFR 214.2 subsection F subsection 16, an F1 student is eligible for reinstatement if all of the conditions are met by the students. See here, it says all, not only one. So he or she must not be out of status for more than 5 months. So first rule, you cannot be out of status for 5 months. Although after 5 month reinstatement is almost impossible, except if there was some exceptional situations like sickness or death or things like that. Um, and the student, secondly, the student cannot have a record of repeated willful violations. Many students tend to just drop out because they get low GPA score, etc. And if you do that too often, it's not going to be in your favor to get a reinstatement. And the third thing that you need to have as a student, you have to have been to have to be currently pursuing or intend to pursue a full course of study in the immediate future at the school which issued the I-20. So the school which issued the I-20, you have to have the intention of continuing your classes, not just stop there after that. Has not engaged in unauthorized employment. uh, this is where the big things happened in the TVU situation in 2011 when many students were even arrested, is because they overuse CPT, and that's why I always recommend not to abuse CPT. And then the fifth element you have to have is they should not be deportable under any section under 237. These are sections which concludes fraud and other issues. If they are under those, they are in violation, and they have those situation, they will not be able to get the reinstatement. And this was analyzed for Tri-Valley University. For those who don't know, this was a famous situation that happened in 2011, where we were very actively involved to help, and unfortunately, but many fortunately were able to fix their problems. But in this case, if you have misrepresentation and fraud, it won't work for reinstatement. The violation of the status resulted from circumstances beyond the student control, or denial of the reinstatement would cause extreme hardship. Okay, this is one of the most important part. It is not your fault as a student. It was not your fault, and if you are denied, you will be result. It will result in extreme hardship. Since most of our students are not going to be in the second category of extreme hardship, the beyond the student control is a part which is more important. Oftentimes you will see the DSO makes mistake or something like that, and the I-20 basically, based on that, you might be able to get a reinstatement because it was beyond your control. You didn't have control what the DSO was doing. But most of the time, from my experience, reinstatement are denied. So what is your solution? The best solution is usually to get an I-20, leave the country, and reinstate the I-20 basically when you come back. Of course, there are risks in doing that, going for stamping, etc. That might be a major risk. But if you have a stamp on your passport, the stamp has not been cancelled, you might be able to use it. So before you make a decision of filing a reinstatement, you need to contact a good attorney. If you need help, you can call us at 510-742-5887. The problem is, if you file the reinstatement, it doesn't give you anything while it's pending. You will be accruing more unlawful presence, and that's not going to be helpful. If you pass 180 days, you might not be able to return back when it's time to reset it from outside, and you will have to get a waiver to come back. So Ladies and gentlemen, this is students. I'm just mentioning this because I'm getting a lot of questions on reinstatement recently. So I wanted to answer this question. Is it a good idea to file a reinstatement or not? It depends on your situation, and most of the time we don't recommend it. If you can go back and come back and reinstate everything through the resetting of your I-94 at the airport, it's a better choice sometimes. But in case you have extreme hardship, you cannot leave, you have problems in your home country, then it is a good idea to go for reinstatement. The other option is, of course, to look into other alternatives. If you can get on a U visa, for example, if you have been victim of a crime, or you can change to another visa, that might be a better idea. For example, you don't have to just wait. You file the H-1B and you go do consular processing. This is just a few examples, and anything I'm telling you today, ladies and gentlemen, is for educational purpose only. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. Feel free to call us at our office at 510-742-5887. Visit the website attorneyonair.com or email lawhelp.org. Let us help you get rid of all those problems as much as we can. And thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen.